Hello and welcome again to another tutorial. We'll be continuing on the topic Introduction to UI UX Design. So today I'll be explaining the Adobe XD interface, then we'll carry on with our project. So let's write. Alright, welcome, and I'll be taking you through the interface of the Adobe XD, which you can see already. So first things, let's start from the left here. Home. This brings you to this interface. That's if you're already working on something else, but naturally when you open Adobe XD, this is exactly what you see. Unless maybe you're using a previous version, or maybe they get an update. Then the add-ons, this helps you with apps. I'll call them apps, extensions that you can use to make your works easier. Then we'll move over to this side. As you can see, these are the screens you can design for. So you are designing maybe an app or a website for an iPhone, an iPad, a Web 1920. That's normal with 16 by 9. So you can use this or this depends on what you are designing for. If it's an app strictly for this, maybe the app might have a website or something. But a website, you can start with this for a laptop. Then for responsive design is when you try to make the website look good on different screen sizes. So you could also bring in these other screens and adjust your designs to blend in. Then here you see the recent works you've done. This is where they show. Then you'll notice that there are these UI kit materials, wires, and hidden treasures. These are the things that help make your work easier. Maybe you need particular type of, let's say, an interface for a website or maybe an app. You can get them from these UI kits. You can get your iPhone bar. That's where you see your notification time and dates. You can get all those kind of things from UI kits. I think that's all we need. So let's start a new work. Okay, this is opened already. Then this surface here is the 1920 we selected. This is called an artboard. Sorry, an artboard. It's called an artboard. So I think the first thing you should always do when you get your artboard is to rename it. It helps it helps to make your work clean. So let's rename this one. This helps to make your work very clean. Because when you start prototyping and you're looking at the names, you need to know the screen you are connecting to the other. It will help you. Down here, this is the select tool. This is what you do to select many things. As the name implies, select tools. And this is a rectangle. And on this side, you can always align repeat grid. You just go through all these and see, understand the interface. This is where you adjust the size for your change it to a larger number. You edit the sizes. That if you have a specific width or height in mind, that's where you do it. Then always make sure that this is locked. If this is unlocked. If this is locked, you might not be able to adjust it. So if it's unlocked, you'll be able to adjust it. Fixed position when scrolling. I think that's if you're going if your website is going to be long, that is, you choose to extend this. Then fixed position when you're scrolling is that this will always stay there. Just like if you've paid attention to most websites, you'll notice that they have things like say an home bar. So if you're scrolling, you always see their logo. You always see their logo up here. No matter where you are on the page, if you are scrolling, you always see their logo, home, contact us, and the rest of them. All those headers, you always see them on top. They don't go out even if you scroll to the bottom of the page. There's some they go out. So that's what this fixed position means. So responsive design, okay, I've already explained what responsive design is. Being able to adjust to the size of any screen, no matter how big or how little it is. Then there are other things like fill. Fill is talking about the space inside. Let's change the color for that. So this is what fill does. Fill is the color of the inside. Then border is, I think I need to increase the size for you to understand what border is. Okay, yeah. So if you notice this thick gray, here, that's what the border is. Once you unclick it, there's no border. I usually work without borders. Okay, actually it depends on the design too, but I prefer to work without borders because it makes your design seamless. Helps it blend with what you're doing. Then you would notice this four I call them circles just inside. These are what you use in getting your rounded corners. So take them in or out. That helps you get your rounded corners, whatever you're doing. So let's keep going down. Background blur. Depends. Shadow. If you want to add shadow to it, you adjust it. Everything here, and that's all for the rectangle. So circle. The same thing applies to circle, the fill, the border, all those things, same thing. Then for the triangle, same thing too. Fill, border, and the rest of them. Then this is your line. You can always adjust the thickness of your line. The line has a little border because there is no space to fill, but you can always adjust the thickness of your line. Let's make it 10. Yeah, it becomes thicker. So you can always change the color too. Then the pen tool. I think this is the hardest to explain, but it's quite interesting if you get to understand it. It's better for drawing random shapes or curves. Depends on what you want. Rather than using your lines to go, using lines to get what you want, or draw your line. It's better to use the pen tool. And in terms of drawing curves, when you try to get a curve, the pen tool is best for it. So we move on to text now. Let me clear this place. So the text. This is where you input your text. Let's say hello intro. So you have this. This is the text box. It determines the size of this is the text container. So this is where your text goes in. So if you have lots of text, you have to increase this. You always have to increase because it determines the quantity of text that can go in. Then to adjust this, we can change the fonts here to anything. You can install your own fonts if you want, but these are the ones I have. You can always pick any. Then let me pick a font that has a bold and a regular. I think Montserrat. Yes. So with this, you can increase the size of the font too. Let's go with 70. Sorry. 70. Then make it bold. In some cases, you might have 3 options. That's regular, medium, and bold. I think. Bold. Then you can center it or move it to the right. This is okay. Sorry, I clicked on this. This removes the whole container. So this is all we're working on. So we adjust the container back. Like I said, all things, what you use depends on the design you're trying to achieve. So this is the small letters, the big letters, the TT. This changes the letters automatically to small letters. This changes everything automatically to makes everything all uppercase. Then opacity is the let's say the visibility. How visible is it? So you can increase the opacity and reduce it. Then we come back again to the fill and the rest of them. Border, you can add your border to your text. It all depends on what you want. So the fill again, yeah, change it border. Let's use something else. Then blue, then increase this to 10. Let's see how that will look. And sorry, 10 is too much. Let's make it 5. So if you zoom in, you can see. So it all depends on what you want. That's why you have to be very creative. You have to be creative in doing your designs. So I'm thinking of what else have I not explained here. Okay, this artboard, this displays all the artboards. Right now we have only one. So this displays all the artboards you have here. Then these are your assets. These are things you link and save. You bring them and save it. Maybe you have a template that you use in doing all your designs. This is where you store them, so that anytime you're working, it's just easy for you to add them. Maybe you used 4 or 5 colors. You can add them here and save them as your assets. Then these are the layers. So these are the layers. Let me show you how the layer works. Think about to draw. Yes. Let me draw this. Yeah. So layers. The one on top covers the one below. So like now the rectangle is on top of the text. That's the hero intro. So if we drag this under, you see that the text comes above the rectangle. Then the plugins. These are the plugins that I'm telling you. Talked about earlier. Sorry, the plugins talked about earlier. You could get them. You can always go to the Exit store and look for what you want. Most of them are paid actually. So you look for what you want. So you get the free ones and use them for your design. Okay. And so that is all. Yeah, okay, this here, the desktop preview. This shows you your whatever you design looks like on the desktop without the whole Adobe interface. This is what you see if your work is done. This is what people see. Then on the phone, mobile thing. This is where you connect you can download the XD for your phone just in case you need to work. So you can get that and view your work on your device, get your corrections and all the rest of them. So I think that's all. Yeah, okay, so new means you want to create a new file, a new design. Open. Number the same thing Open does, Microsoft and the rest of them are all the same thing. Then open recent, these are recent works. Get UIKit, these are the UIKits I was talking about. So they are for Apple designs, for Microsoft. It depends on what you are designing. There are also ones you can get outside this. Then this is to rename the file. You save the mountain, the save as. Right now our file is not saved, it's untitled. Then this is for your spell check to export. This is when you are done and you want to export as an image or whatever you wish to export. You can select all artboards and maybe export as PNG or PDF or JPEG. It all depends on the format you want. Then you change your location for storage. You're storing where you wish to store it, and you click on the export all. What else? Import. Yeah, when you want to import a file into this, maybe an image, or an SVG or PNG. SVG, PNG, PDF. Yeah, you can also install. You can also import PDFs too. So I guess that's all. Plugins. These are the add-ons. These are the add-ons from the previous this list. Those are the add-ons. So prototype, I guess we'll talk about prototyping some other day. Prototype is how you link this to another web face, just like when you um, when you open a website, you land on the hero page, but you need to see what they're all about. So you might see about us or the rest of them. That about us is another artboard on its own. Then you link this to that about us. And maybe there's a text you want to link to something, maybe to take it on that page. You do that, or you do this. Depends on what you want to link. But we'll talk on that separately when we are done with our design. But for now, this is all we can take today. Yes, and I guess I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.